Good morning and Jai Hind, dear students. This is your facilitator Shabnam Ara. Here we have a good romantic poem composed by William Wordsworth. Let's have an eye on the poet. William Wordsworth was a romantic poet. S.T. Coleridge and Robert Southey were his contemporary. The word romanticism is not the romance between two persons. About the poem. The poem is Solitary Reaper, written by Wordsworth during his tour of Scotland with his sister Dorothy. He saw a young girl singing a melancholy song while cutting the crops and he was attracted. He admired her singing and compared with nightingale and cuckoo birds, even though he was unable to understand her language but assumed the tune of the song might be an explanation of this beautiful nature poem by William Wordsworth. So here we go. The first stanza is Behold her single in the field, yon solitary highland lass, reaping and singing by herself, stop here or gently pass. Alone she cuts and binds the grain and sings a melancholy strain. Oh, listen, for the vale profound I overflowing with the sound. Behold her, look at her, single in the field. She is single in the field. Yon, this solitary, alone, highland mountain lass girl. So, look at her. This lass, young girl, highland mountainous girl, is all alone in this field. And what she is doing? Reaping and singing by herself. She is reaping, cutting and harvesting the crop, and also she is singing alone. Stop here or gently pass. Stop here. Now the poet suggested and cautioned that if you don't want to disturb her in her singing, so stop here silently, or if you don't want to stop here, so please pass from here silently, gently. Alone she cuts and binds the grain and sings a melancholy strain. Alone, all alone. Lonely, she is cutting and binding the grain and she is singing a melancholy strain, melancholy, sorrow, sad, strain song. She is singing a melancholy song. Oh, listen for the vale profound. Oh, listen. Now the poet saying, oh, listen for the vale. Vale is valley, profound, completely filled with her singing, with her mesmerizing song and sweet music, I overflowing with the sound. And the poet saying about himself that I. Stanza 2. No nightingale did ever chant more welcome notes to weary bands of travellers in some shady haunt among Arabian sands. A voice so thrilling never was heard in springtime from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the seas among the farthest Hebrides. Here the poet glorifying the beauty of the song and the quality of that mountain a lone girl natural and effortless singing. He is comparing her singing with two singing birds, cuckoo birds and nightingale bird. They are most popular in for their sweetest chanting notes in spring season. So the poet said that I think never a nightingale enchanted such kind of notes. Now he is showing the intensity of soothness of her song and said it seems as if it is as a soothing shelter for those exhausted, weary caravans of travelers in the hottest Arabian land. Again, Wordsworth praising the voice and comparing it with cuckoo bird and exclaim the sound. He is saying that such a melodious, sweet, and thrilling voice was never heard by and the cuckoo bird in the spring season. When it sings, farthest Hebrides are a group of islands in Scotland far in the sea, which is a calm, serene area. So the poet here saying that her voice is breaking the silence, the tranquility, the serenity of the Hebrides Island, which is located farthest in the sea. The waves are floating, echoing, and filling the whole environment with its charm and filling the environment with thrill. This is the beauty of her singing, which is explained by the poet with wholeheartedly, so beautifully sketched the picture by the poet. Nightingale, cuckoo bird, both are the birds, and weary bands, exhausted a caravan of the travelers in the Registan Arabian sands, and they are in search of relaxed place, shady place. Now stanza 3. Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old, unhappy, far off things and battles long ago. Or is it some more humble lay familiar matter of today? Some natural sorrow, loss, or pain that has been and may be again. So now the poet inquiring about the theme of the song. He is putting a question here. Asked, क्या कोई मुझे बता पाएगा कि वो क्या गा रही है? Will anyone tell this to me that what she is singing? After asking, he started assuming and giving the answer by himself and said, might be either she is singing plaintive numbers, many numbers of themes in one flow of old sad sorrow things, or she is singing about long ago happened any battles or wars, or she is singing about the day to day family matters in a humble tone, because in her tone, in her tune, appears some natural sorrow, some natural pain or loss that has been happened already or might will be again. This whole stanza is about finding the theme of her lyric, her music, her song. Fourth and last stanza. Whatever the theme, the maiden sang, maiden the young girl, as if her song could have no ending. I saw her singing at her work, and over the sickle bending, I listened motionless and still. And as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore, long after it was heard no more. In this last and fourth stanza of the beautiful nature poem, the poet concluding and said that leave it, thinking about the theme, no matter what the young girl sang. I lost and mesmerized. She sang endless song, a heart-touching song. Again he is seeking our attention and explained about the feature. He is means the poet. So while traveling in the nature of Scotland, he, the poet, saw that young lady, young girl, and she was busy. She was busy in her work. She was sickling, cutting, and binding the crops and lost in her singing while working. So the poet attracted and saw her and listened her and stuck over there. After listening this beautiful melodious strain, this sweet song, the poet started climbing the hill. He could not able to leave the song back. It was with him in his heart, and he knew better. Such kind of natural simple song could not be able to listen again by anyone. This is a most beautiful song which is attracted him and compelled him to write this beautiful poem. Purpose to write nature poems. In England, after industrialization, the people were so practical and became far away from the nature and beauty. As we know that Sahitya, literature, is the mirror of society. So Romanticism is the strong effort for seeking the attention of the society towards nature, seeking relax, being far away the hustle bustle of the city life and peacefulness. So with this beautiful poem, now I would like to take a farewell. Thank you and Jai Hind.